Disclaimer: this video is of humorous nature only. The author does not seek to insult or humiliate anyone. The video may contain profanity. People under the age of 16 should refrain from watching this video. Watch this video to the end to learn the best secret tip to simplify your life. Story 1. The only thing that stands between you and success, however you define it, is your confidence in believing you can achieve it. Competence, experience, education, pedigree, none of it matters if you have complete and total confidence in yourself. Don't believe me? I submit Donald Trump as all the evidence you should need. Story 2. Keep investing in your retirement fund. Don't cash it out to spend on stupid crap. Move to California after you graduate from college. Get help from a nutritionist on your diet and make going to the gym an every other day habit. Quit putting women on a pedestal. Quit being so trusting of your parents. Story 3. All the things you think you've got time for later and don't matter right now, like saving, contributing to your pension, and giving yourself skills for the future, matter right now. Do what you can now and won't spend your time looking back at how many years of wasted opportunity you had to set yourself up. Story 4. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't have listened to it anyways. Looking back, I'm sure I got plenty of good advice at that age, but I just wasn't in a place where I could comprehend and act on it. In other words, I was too busy partying and not thinking about my future. That didn't come for about another decade. Story 5. When someone says, "I don't want to hurt you," it's because they know they're going to eventually. They're keeping secrets from you. You don't know all the details, and you won't until they either tell you or you eventually figure out the secrets. If anyone says that to you, even your best friend or significant other, cut bait and run. Story 6. Don't work harder than necessary. Caring about career or status will just lead to agony and mental breakdowns. Focus on hobbies and developing your own personality and your own values, instead of striving for society's idea of success. I would probably be too arrogant to even contemplate it for a second, though, and just discard it as the words of a loser. Story 7. Focus and finish school quickly. Don't burn up your 20s going part-time. Work full-time and school full-time. Get it done. Don't stay in a career path that is going nowhere. If you have a desire to serve, do it. Don't delay. Stay in shape. Find hobbies you like. Those people you drink with every weekend probably aren't actually fiends. They are just drinking buddies. Story 8. Make sure you know what you genuinely want and like. Most other advice depends on this being sorted out. If you don't know what you want or like, prioritize figuring it out by trying new things or getting treated for depression if necessary. It's okay if the only answer to what you want right now is for my depression to get better. Story 9. Take care of my body. I am now 45 years old and have eye pain, feet pain, toe pain, ass pain, stomach pain, knee, back, and neck pain. So in summary, when I was 14-30, I felt invincible, almost never pain, and if I got pain, I healed like Wolverine in a day week. Nowadays, every day I feel pain, and sometimes the pain feels like suicidal pain. Story 10. Don't put your whole life into one basket. I was so focused on my one job at the time and bending over backwards and basically being a yes man, and then fired. Gone. Haven't been like that since 2017. I give a damn about my job and make sure I do a good job, but I don't go above and beyond. I just show up, work, go home. Make no waves. Story 11. Love is not a quintessential part of being human. Some people fall in love, some don't. If it never happens, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And it also doesn't mean that other people are trying to keep you alone and lonely. Everyone's just trying to live their lives, and so they're not focused on you, some stranger. You are human, you are not perfect, but you are not bad either. I think too many people feel like being denied love is being denied their humanity itself. It's a very unhealthy and self-destructive mindset, and it can lead to outwardly destructive behavior as well. I don't think I was ever an incel. My anger was directed inwards, toward myself. But I can see how people fall to the ideology. It's a form of FOMO combined with a falsely perceived insult. And I think a lot of times that perception is caused by so much of the media being inundated with the idea of romance as a thing that just happens to people as part of the human experience. And so in their minds, they are not considered normal or even human. We all have value outside of relationships, and maybe if more people knew that, they wouldn't be so insecure and try to take out those insecurities on others. Story 12. There is a voice inside you that knows when you're doing things because you actually want to, versus out of obligation, fear, envy, a desire to impress people, etc. And you can learn to tune into that voice. That voice may not always tell you what you want to hear. In fact, sometimes it will tell you what you least want to hear, but it will never make you feel ashamed or uncomfortable. And if you get the ability to listen to that voice, then you should try to follow its advice, no matter what. Story 13. The goal in life isn't to be happy, it's to find purpose. We're all going to suffer from one thing or another, over and over, and we're all going to die. Because of that, we should just be as kind to people and animals as we possibly can. We have a short window of time. Be nice, help others. Find meaning until you croak. Story 14. Don't stress too much. Work on lowering stress and anxiety as soon as you can. I'm 42 and I have been anxious and stressed since I was a child. It was only last year that I finally finished my treatment with my psychologist after a long and hard work. My body is starting to show symptoms, pains, physical signs that I can only relate to all the stress I've been through. Panic attacks since I was 15, fainting because of anxiety, constant stress causing headaches and stomach aches, all that destroy your body. Take care of your mental health because it can really destroy you physically. Story 15. Only chase relationships. All relationships, lovers, friends, co-workers, etc. Only chase relationships that bring out the best in you. Don't worry about keeping friendships with people that only party with you. If you're not married to somebody, don't think that you can make it work when it isn't. Yes, have fun. Don't worry about your future constantly, but worry about the people keeping your circle, the ones that are going to stick it out with you. And don't only give, make sure you're receiving too. Keep people in your circle that give a crap about their future, not the ones who have the best drugs. Story 16. Everything is a game and every game has its rules. Do not try to play one game with other games' rules because you think those are nicer. You will lose. You can choose which games to play, but not the rules of the games you choose to play. Bonus. People lie all the time about their priorities, their likes, and goals. But how they spend their money almost always tells the truth. As Diogenes said, do not listen to what people say, but observe their actions. Story 17. Learn when to walk away from a romantic partner that does not meet your needs. Well, step 1 is sit down with yourself to really know what your romantic needs are. Then, thank you next, all that can't give you what you need. People won't magically change. And that's okay. We all learn and grow at our own pace. Don't spend time with the people who don't want to learn and grow. Story 18. Don't take things personally. Most of the times when people are being nice or mean to me, it's often a reflection of their own mood personality. Unless I know I did something wrong to them, I don't take negative actions. Words personally. If I'm not sure, ask. I'm 30 now, and a big part of my anxieties due to this is gone. It's pretty nice. Story 19. Normalize not having a fancy new car, or any new car. Buy a Toyota or Honda and drive it till it breaks down. Then get it repaired and keep driving it. Fortunately, I learned before age 30 that a new or used car every 3, 4, or 5 years was a giant waste of money. Be proud to driving a boring, reliable car that's a dozen years old. Story 20. Save money now for retirement. I was always tight on cash at that age, but if I had put 20 week into an index fund and kept doing it for the last 36 years, I would be so much better off today. That 20-week investment would be worth about $220,000 today. That much additional money in my IRA would let me retire completely and comfortably in the next 3 to 4 years. Instead, I will have to keep working for the next 8 years until I age out of my job and I am forced to retire. I will still likely have to work at least part-time to supplement the income from my pension Social Security, IRA 457. Story 21. Join the service. I could have probably been better off and guided in a more achieving way of life, though I chose the party lifestyle and well after about 4 decades, took me all this time to get back on decent track, though I must say I learned a lot messing around in the streets, and it's helped me to stay safe and alive from harm. That is something you will not learn being given everything to you. I see so many crybabies today. Complain about little things so spoiled and don't appreciate crap. Power goes out through the night and they can't even stick it out and go get a motel to keep cool, and too stuck up to maybe even chill in the car overnight with AC on. I learned to appreciate what I have, and when it's not there I deal with it because other people never have it. 247. I managed to climb out of the hole and have 2 degrees. Good job. Not the best pay. Thought in the service I may have been better off financially in the latter years and know things other will never now, like me right now. And maybe, just maybe, if I stayed there long enough, I would really know the answer. Are we alone in the universe? Story 22. I don't know if it qualifies as advice per se, but someone once told me, people can see from a mile away if you're miserable, and if you feel terrible, the people around you will also feel terrible. I've had a lot of issues in my life, but this one really clicked with me. I had always wondered why people acted differently around me than around each other. I somehow finally understood that it's because being around me was like walking on eggshells. I was a furious storm of depression, hyper-competitiveness, and rage. It's like I had forgotten how to have fun. Everything was a performance. Playing a video game? Go for top 1% or uninstall? Playing an instrument? Obsessed with technical skill. You get the picture. I became very good at a lot of things during that period of my life, but I'm unsure if I was happy for even 1 second of that time. It's been a tough journey, mentally for me, but I'm unrecognizable compared to my past self. Story 23. Make a decision about who and how you want to be, what you want out of life, and what it is that truly makes you happy. And then set some goals to work toward. Surround yourself with the type of people you respect and who respect you. Be genuine, honest, kind, compassionate, hardworking, and thankful. And for God's sake, take care of yourself both physically and spiritually. Be intentional about living a healthy lifestyle and find whatever spirituality gives you peace and joy. You don't have to be a health fanatic or even religious in the general sense of the word. Just be appreciative of your body and do what you can to keep it working well, and find something in which to have faith and to use for guidance when needed. It might just be meditation or astrology or whatever. But we all need something. Most of all, live your life like it means something to you. Story 24. You don't have to go to university right now. In fact, you shouldn't if you're not really called to a certain career. Taking introductory classes that interest you as a way to feel out certain careers is fine, but don't commit to a path you're not sure about just because everybody is telling you you're supposed to. I know you feel so old already, but you're not. It's okay to give yourself time to find something you're truly passionate about. Work normal jobs for enough money to go woofing and explore the world that way while you're young and healthy. You'll find your passion eventually with life experience, and it will save you a lot of debt and pain in the long run. Story 25. Pull my head out of my ass and set boundaries at work and stick to them to be home more when the kids are young. My wife and I struggled for years, and an incredibly unhealthy work-life balance for me was the main problem. Just about every major project got dumped on me when I was in the military. I didn't know how to set boundaries or maintain them. I did set them at times, but always got beat down until I just did it. The first job out of the military was just as bad. Both really impacted my relationships with my kids, too. We're all in a much better place now, but still not where we would be if I'd figured it out 10-15 years ago. Story 26. Actually learn about money. Money does nothing for you if it's just sitting. There are actually multiple types of income besides what you're actively earning, and multiple ways to make your money make money for you. I wish I'd heard that during my prime earning years. I don't regret anything I spent, mind you. Experiences in art and tattoos and good food and fun cars. But I wish I'd known what to do with what was left over back when anyone could afford to have anything left over. Passive income isn't just for the affluent with fancy investment portfolios. Story 27. Wealth, fame, power. The man who had everything in this world, the pirate king, Gold Roger. The great treasure he left behind. One Piece has opened the curtain on a grand era. It is a time when eager pirates set sail, battle, and become great. The great age of pirates. Words he spoke drove countless men out to sea, and so men set sights on the Grand Line in pursuit of their dreams. The world has truly entered a great pirate era. Story 28. Own it. Assess situations and take ownership for what you are responsible for. It works professionally and socially. Did something that your peers are trying to make fun of you because it was uncool? Own it. Yeah, I did it. Why wouldn't I wear socks with sandals? Whatever dumb thing you did that didn't cause damage to someone else, you meant to do it. Story 29. The thing with these threads is, we all receive advice, we just don't listen. When you're 20, you think you know everything, and are certain things are going to play out exactly the way you envision they will. I know I must have received plenty of advice when I was younger, and I was probably just too arrogant and cocksure to listen. Sure, there's things I would do differently now, but that's hindsight, and just living life. Story 30. Not exactly answering the question, but this was advice I gave myself and followed. Get all your rough developing country travel done now, because once you have kids and a career, that door shuts for decades, after which you'll find you're probably too old to stomach it. There's an amazing, vibrant, rich world out there. Some you can most realistically visit the easiest when young and willing to go hard on a small budget. Thank you all for watching. Watch even more great stories on my channel.